they didn't see this coming. Not the producers, not the fans, and definitely not Daniel. Because the moment Lisa finally opened her mouth and dropped that last secret, the room went dead quiet, and then Daniel absolutely lost it. The kind of silence where you can almost hear someone's entire worldview cracking in real time. And if you thought the messy drama in this relationship had already reached its peak, trust me, that was just the warm-up. Because hidden behind the tears, the accusations, and the cultural clashes is a trail of secrets, receipts, and internet theories that completely change how this story looks. And stay tuned, because by the end of this story, you'll realize why this relationship may have been doomed from the very beginning.
At first, Lisa and Daniel looked like just another chaotic couple navigating the pressure cooker that comes with international love, cultural expectations, and the ever-ticking clock of a K-1 visa timeline. You know the deal, 90 days to decide if you're getting married or walking away forever. But almost immediately, fans started noticing something off. Something about Lisa's story kept shifting. Small details didn't add up. And in the world of reality TV, where viewers dissect every frame like detectives, those little cracks started to look a lot like a full-blown cover-up. Daniel, on the other hand, came into the relationship with a completely different mindset. He's deeply spiritual, intensely traditional, and his beliefs about marriage, loyalty, and family are basically set in stone. To Daniel, marriage isn't just a legal contract, it's sacred. It's lifelong, it's non-negotiable, which is exactly why the first secret Lisa revealed hit him like a truck. Because Lisa wasn't exactly free to marry him. That's right. Somewhere buried in her complicated past was a detail she hadn't fully shared: she was still legally married. Now imagine hearing that from the person you're planning to spend your life with. Cameras rolling, producers watching, millions of viewers eventually seeing your reaction. Daniel's face reportedly went from confusion to disbelief in seconds. At first he thought he misunderstood her. Maybe it was a translation issue. Maybe she meant divorced but hadn't finalized paperwork. But no, Lisa admitted the truth slowly, almost cautiously, like someone testing how much damage a confession might cause. And Daniel's reaction? Explosive. To him, this wasn't just a technicality. In his cultural and spiritual framework, this crossed directly into something much more serious: adultery. Even the idea of building a relationship with someone still bound in marriage felt like a betrayal of his values. Viewers watching later could almost feel the tension through the screen. His voice got louder, his words sharper, and suddenly the conversation wasn't about wedding plans anymore, it was about trust. But here's where the story gets even messier. Because the marriage secret wasn't the only thing Lisa had been hiding. Fans digging through social media history, yes, the internet detectives on Reddit and TikTok, started uncovering pieces of her past that Daniel had apparently never heard about. Old photos, archived posts, hints about past relationships that didn't fit the narrative she had presented. And slowly, another truth started floating around online like a rumor nobody wanted to confirm. Lisa had previously been in relationships with women. Now for many viewers in the United States, that revelation might not seem like a huge scandal. But for Daniel, whose worldview is shaped by extremely traditional beliefs about relationships, sexuality, and faith, the news landed like another earthquake. When Lisa finally admitted that part of her past, the emotional atmosphere reportedly shifted instantly. Daniel wasn't just angry anymore, he looked shaken. Like someone who suddenly realized they might not truly know the person standing in front of them. And this is where fans started debating one big question online: was Lisa hiding things intentionally, or was she just terrified of losing him? Some viewers believed she had slowly revealed information in stages because she knew Daniel might walk away if he heard everything at once. Others accused her of straight-up manipulation, what some fans online even called strategic honesty. Tell part of the truth, wait for the reaction, then reveal another layer once the dust settles. And honestly, that debate still hasn't ended. But while Lisa and Daniel's relationship was already spinning into chaos, another storyline was unfolding that made the entire situation even more complicated. Enter Laura. Laura's life looked like its own emotional roller coaster, and somehow her story kept intersecting with the same web of drama. On one side of her life was Biren, a man who seemed passionate, intense, and wildly unpredictable. On the other side stood Michael, a quieter, steadier presence who many fans believed might actually be the healthier choice. But Laura didn't seem ready to choose stability. Biren had the kind of reputation that instantly sets off alarm bells. Rumors about gambling debt, stories about explosive temper issues, moments of jealousy that made viewers uncomfortable even through a TV screen. And yet Laura kept finding herself pulled back into his orbit. Some fans described it as emotional addiction. Others said it looked like classic toxic relationship dynamics. Michael, meanwhile, played the role of the supportive friend who might secretly want something more. He listened, he worried, he warned Laura about Biren's behavior. But every time it looked like Laura might finally walk away from the chaos, she hesitated. And here's where things started connecting back to Lisa and Daniel in ways nobody expected. Because watching those parallel relationships made viewers realize something bigger was happening across the entire storyline. Every single person involved was battling a completely different idea of what love is supposed to look like. Daniel believes love means absolute honesty and spiritual alignment. Lisa seems to see love as complicated, messy, and constantly evolving. Laura appears torn between emotional intensity and emotional safety. And Michael, he represents the quiet possibility of something stable, but stability rarely wins the spotlight in reality TV drama. Behind the scenes, some fans even started speculating about how much of this chaos was being amplified by reality television editing itself. The infamous Franken editing technique used by producers, where conversations are cut and rearranged to maximize tension, became a hot topic on fan forums. People began asking whether certain reactions had been exaggerated, or whether producers had intentionally withheld context to make moments look even more explosive. But even if editing played a role, the emotional reactions themselves looked very real. Daniel's anger felt real. Lisa's fear of losing him felt real. Laura's confusion between two very different men felt painfully real. And the deeper the story went, the more it became clear that secrets weren't just random mistakes, they were survival strategies. Each person was hiding pieces of themselves because they believed revealing everything might destroy the fragile relationships they were trying to hold together. Which brings us to the moment that changed everything. About 8 minutes into the story arc, long after viewers thought all the secrets had already surfaced, Lisa revealed something that reframed the entire conflict. The truth was, Daniel didn't just feel betrayed by Lisa's past. He felt humiliated, because according to Lisa's own admission, several people in her life already knew the truth about her marriage status and past relationships long before Daniel did. Friends knew, certain acquaintances knew, and when Daniel realized he might have been the last person to find out, that realization cut deeper than any single secret. It wasn't just about what she had done. It was about feeling like the only one left in the dark. For someone whose identity revolves around honor, loyalty, and spiritual integrity, that kind of public embarrassment hits hard. And viewers watching the confrontation could almost feel the emotional walls going up in Daniel's mind. Trust, once broken, doesn't just repair itself. And Lisa seemed to understand that. Her voice reportedly softened, her body language changed. The confident tone she had used earlier gave way to something closer to desperation. She tried explaining that her past didn't define who she was now. That people grow, that relationships evolve, but Daniel wasn't debating philosophy anymore. He was deciding whether he could ever believe her again. Meanwhile, the internet, of course, exploded. TikTok clips analyzing Daniel's reaction started racking up views. Reddit threads debated whether Lisa had been unfairly judged or completely exposed. Instagram comments turned into full-blown arguments between fans defending each side. Some viewers argued Daniel's reaction reflected deep cultural differences and deserved understanding. Others accused him of being too rigid, too unwilling to accept that people have complicated histories. And right in the middle of that online battlefield was Lisa, trying to salvage a relationship that now looked like it might collapse under the weight of everything left unsaid. At one point during the emotional fallout, a quieter moment slipped into the story that many viewers almost missed. Daniel asked a simple question. Not angry, not shouting, just quietly, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" And Lisa didn't have a clean answer. That silence might have said more than any explanation ever could. Because the truth about secrets in relationships is simple. Once someone realizes you've been hiding things, every past conversation suddenly becomes suspicious. Every memory gets re-examined. Every moment of honesty becomes questionable. And that's exactly the stage Daniel and Lisa seem to reach. Now, if you've been following this rollercoaster story and want deeper breakdowns of reality TV drama like this is the perfect moment to tap subscribe so you don't miss the next twist, because stories like this rarely end where you expect them to. Back inside the chaos, Laura's situation was quietly reaching its own turning point. The more Biren's controlling behavior surfaced, the more people around her, including Michael, started pushing her to reconsider what she was accepting in the name of love. Jealous outbursts, arguments fueled by insecurity, moments that hinted at a darker temper beneath the surface. Michael, in contrast, represented patience, stability, but also hesitation. He didn't want to push Laura away by admitting how strongly he felt. And that hesitation might have been the very reason Laura never fully considered him as an option. Sometimes the person who treats you best feels less exciting than the one who creates emotional chaos. And that pattern echoed eerily with Lisa and Daniel's situation too. Two relationships, different details, same underlying theme, trust versus intensity. By the time the dust started settling, fans realized something almost tragic about the entire situation. None of these people necessarily started out trying to hurt each other. Lisa may have hidden parts of her past because she feared rejection. Daniel may have reacted explosively because his belief system left little room for ambiguity. Laura may have stayed with Biren because intense love can feel intoxicating even when it's dangerous. But intentions don't erase consequences. Secrets have gravity, and once they start pulling relationships apart, stopping that momentum becomes incredibly difficult. So the real question now isn't just whether Daniel can forgive Lisa. It's whether he can rebuild trust with someone whose story keeps evolving. Because love can survive cultural differences. It can survive distance. It can even survive major mistakes. But surviving broken trust, that's a much harder battle. And this is where the debate really begins. Was Lisa protecting herself from judgment, or manipulating the truth until she got caught? Was Daniel standing up for his values, or refusing to accept a partner with a complicated past? And if you were in Daniel's position, hearing those secrets one by one, realizing the person you love might have hidden huge parts of their life, would you walk away, or try to rebuild what's left? Let me know what you think, because this story has divided fans everywhere, and the comment section is where the real debate begins.
Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe Daniel John Updates YouTube channel for more update news.